Okay. I say there's time before and time after. So if I say I go and I go on live, or go on a camera, or go on some sort of public initiation, there's a concept behind it. First you're in public, then you're not, then you are, then you're not. First you equal to greater some structures of behavioral sensation, how to centralize or simplify your reality so you can communicate a distant or future or one or some important aspect to the deliverance of each and every person. Okay, one thing. Things are always looking up, up and up and up. Things are always looking up. Things are always looking better. Things are always looking better. Things are always not looking better. They're not looking better. Things always kind of go off in strange ways and go off in real bad ways. Things really do go real bad ways. And this is kind of going off bad ways and maybe center bad ways, maybe kind of not in the way at all, but it maybe just way out, way in, way out of it. And most things generally go fairly decent. So if most things are very decent in the subjective theory of your own particular sensibility of knowing how to conduct the reflexibility of your own consciousness, is to relate the reality that some people cannot consciously devour their own sin. Their own reproductive system of their own phylographic symmetry of their own holographic chemistry or opposition. They are like the way they are because they do not want to be anything other. They don't have time to be anything other than what they thought they wanted to do. They only wanted to do that because they had only the only things they ever wanted to do because that's just how it's going to be. They don't want to do anything other than what they wanted to do. They don't want to do it to what they wanted to do it. They wanted to do it because they wanted to know what it was like. They want to do it, to do it, and do it, and not do it, poor do it, T do it, A do it, C, D, S. They like being fucked up because they like to hear people subjected in theory to consciousness, the mind, body, soul that they are non-physically retarded. Non-physically retarded. You can't just tell around and say you're all going to be on evil. You're all retarded. That's why your brain's all fucked up and you're not doing evil shit because you're retarded. And we're all part retarded. And so guess what we do? Kind of sin. You guys want to do evil, so you're like retarded. So you're retarded fucking function in your brain that says I'm going to do evil. What else do you think you do evil for? You dumb shit. Because you're retarded, fucking idiot. You're all retarded. That's why you're all sinning because you're retarded. The part of 1/0 from 1/3 of 1/5 of all equations. The part of the system ID A and IMBM is a system IBM to point in 0.9 third. And the third part of all systems, all bobs and all cinematic bobs and identity to call and price and the Savior God, amen. But anyways, the subjective theory concludes that the most in particular system ability could just say that every theory of convention became back and never lived outside the king. Maybe you should try just as you can justification in the right outside the course with the DCP has been the word. You know, they just kind of current down here, a little bit communication, to go over do some corporate actions of the character of range science mechanization. Another one, another crime one? I don't know. Say, so something, Scully, did you see that the airplane didn't fly so high that time? So one imperfect two versus is NGA said R0 and all second, third, fourth, and fifth. Fifth over sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. So one part is zero. Zero is often 11 to 100. 1100 is often 1200. 1200 is often 300, 1300, 1400, 500, 600, 900, 910. So all these ideas separate to one core stereo point focusing you deliver on is trying to manifest itself into a world, a growing more rapid. We can possibly ever imagine lightning speed faster than traveling at lightning speed. Faster than traveling at lightning speed. We need things to go so fast. It travels in distances and it just reflects and returns all the physical matter, all these new ideas into equations or symbolic reviews. The algorithms ability of charts, equations and symbols. The algorithms ability to conduct errors conforming to opposition of verification. All these things we're conducting, these things we're kind of coming up new with and thinking of, have all of such above, have symbols. This idea whenever we're coming up with them, a fine being an unrighteous thing, I guess, or a crime, has symbols, has a church symbol, a symbol of the O and the R being put together like a cross, has symbols, has symbols, it has symbols, it does. Everything has symbols. There's a new invention of this new content reality of viewing things, there's a new kind of astrology, there's a new kind of traveling, the sex for sex, and just kind of doing the sex thing, traveling just the sex. It all has symbols, graphics, analogies, all the things we've ever seen before. Has it all. And then also then some, we learn there's more others than just a grimoire, just this one half chart. There's only just one square chart. There's thousands of different types. We're learning that there's more stuff going on than we thought. I mean, at one time weren't so decent then either. We were actually perfect, right? Nothing was ever wrong until like 20 years ago. Run, try to keep him down, kill me. Someone would miss out on all the whatever. I don't know. They try to take me out of the world, and I'm like a very, very, very big influence. Because of the ideas I might have in my head about what it is actually we're doing, they try to take me out of that equation. Without probably realizing they're dumb fucking factor way they always do this shit in like. It's just, I can't handle this shit. That kind of weird fight. You have to change yourself. I think I can't handle it anymore. You have to change. I thought I'd try, I guess. But I don't know. No. Poor rest. 0.910. So I think, in case you know, one hurdle and one topic sentence you agree on, the structure key of how to deliver Trinity involved accessory. All these accessories and trinities have fracture sensibilities and commands. Trinity has a full paragraph on a similar detentions of 4 different topics and ideas. Each of these things have more and more other things. There's also other things, like original and other things. I mean, there's so much different than the way we thought we saw things. It is far out more either or. It's just whatever maybe be the time of year. Each year goes by slowly in this world. Each year goes by very slowly. But when it adds up, it kind of just disappears. And that's because we have a process thinking that's mapping our consciousness to deliver a fracture sensibility to connect a subconscious to a higher conscious. So we were already being abducted. By this, slave owners thing. They're on their way here. So we're being abducted. These guys stand in the way and shit. These guys sitting there standing in the fucking way all the time. Still the way from regain to regain the ideal medicine. People sort of swung at the wall. They create marine researchers a good 2 years. That's just after the COVID, when first started. I got this. I got this. I'm trying to break on through the other side, but 2 years to get anywhere. I think I don't really got anywhere just yet. I'll show you a visual of what it's like. At the wall, he's talking about the invisible wall to get to a researcher, because on the outside they can hear you out at all. And probably to keep absolutely quiet now. Probably since it's a reality, I think. I don't believe anything exists. How much difference can they have? You gotta pass outside the content and the reality and shit. All the weird little subtext verbs and all you always see is you ever know playwright is that this whole goes on. Right. So more than that, we still got some foundation going on for us. Some real ways, some new ideas on how we could just change our impression and build a chemistry node in our body so it can begin to create our mind to being creative, or being suggested evocated, or being especially anything we may need to justify or justify the actions of what we want to accomplish. 008 is what we want, full range 008 is what we want to accomplish. Full range 008. And we got to stare. We got a way of knowing how to do something. We got a field. That's the first basic care. Sometimes just the ability to run around town, turn around town to emphasis in night seals of the ghost in Paris. The ghost town's epic. It's ghost town. Ghost town. Ghost town. Ghost town. Ghost town. Ghost town. See, it's the alpha word. Alpha word for all. All word for all word for all and to all. Outward we no more from the outward form appears in the world of appears in herbs. Appears in herbs. Appears in herbs and opposites, strength upon and colonization to all point of understanding of the nation. Opportunity can gain 400 point parts 72 million. Each part could range from 100 to 200. Each part could have one. So, one age. Age is a simple departure. Age can manifest and conclude the actions of our own bodies. Our bodies can enter one road, other roads, hundreds of roads. Enter 1,000 roads, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 44, 2 million. Enter all these roads. Other roads enter 1,272,642 places. Each road can enter 1,642,692,692 places. Each road can enter one part, 7 part, 8 part, 10 part. Each road can enter one edge of a place. One edge of a place that needs to have for field agriculture. Agriculture has to have a good valve, a good segment, good occupancy, a good reflex, a good actor, It's private. I don't think you have reasons. Oh, you were high? There's just reason. Okay. Wait. Private, so they could be undercover, so no one knows what they do for a living. Just to keep your stuff that you do silent is all it is. So they do orders, have people hanging out, things you do in church, out of church, keeping it out of the view, but at a perfect center of consciousness. Because you want to be silent. You don't want to know that you do what you do. Because there's other reasons like, because it's not what I think people should know. Or I think people should have other deals. I think people should maybe make an entrance or a fire figure. That's another way out to think. I think people need to focus on how to determine how to factor a private party or maybe a private industry. People that have to know how to be private, be accessible, be private, meditated, be private in the sense of ability to be always wound, rich, up, and troubled. I always don't want to be harassed by people just because they feel that they have a question hates kind of authority. So I don't want to deal with bullshit. Most of it is part of the life. These kind of ways of living. Yeah, I know that. I guess it must be why she's there. Why you covered? Well, she does for a living. That's why. That's true. We don't see you skinny. Oh, I told you it was skinny. I knew it skinny the whole time. Skinny. Huh. Told you. Did I tell you? All right, it's over with. Oh, you get to the private scene? Is that where your scene started? All right. Yeah, sure. But um, try hanging out again. And after that, all back to the secret. Oh no, we're gonna fuck up now. We can't do the fuck up anymore. It's called the emotion. You have to be emotionless. You can't have no emotions. You have no heart, no love, no hate, no get, no getting that, no giving that, no kind of nothing in the sense of you have to have no imperative reason to have no law, no forgiveness, no succession, no independent growth of how to have any kind of noon or greater height of any possibility. You can have no future, you can have no events, you can have no nothing, you can have nothing. It's just like compare Jehovah without with in private and shit. You have nothing. There's nothing that has ever been brought to you. Shouldn't be you know nothing because nothing exists in the world where there's not more than just noon and afternoon. There's nothing more than noon and afternoon. And there's nothing more than the name that only one name could enter one to all. It's all going into one place. All those things got to go back to one point, one surface, one entire, one focus, one out of focus, NDEXY, one secret, one open, one close, close, open, close, secret, secret and unauthenticity, secrets on the file cabinet of work, secrets on why you cannot express a certain day of year, why we cannot feel a certain thing. And there's always why it's not, but it also is a way to define it, a way to defeat it, a way to see if it can be listed, lasted, or undone over quickly. So we got to undo everything over quickly, and we'll have everything done. Undo everything quickly, then have everything done. Undo everything quickly is take a long straight line, and move all the possible realities through the force and from it. Move it around and around and around and around and around and around and around. Move it back, up and down, up and down, and up and down. Move it all the way forward, all the way back. Now moving all this adjusted series into conventions of Latin strikes. You're now testing the vehicle's improvisational structure, how to provide it with a cause factor crack. Looking for factory cracks. When you like testing and chicken flipping back and forth, looking for factory cracks, right? Okay, so there's different ideas there. To facilitate these performances and these additions, car has to be objectively looked at, monitored, and viewed, and registered, and completely audited. Before you can do anything, you got to audit your car. Before you say anything, you got to audit the forfeiture of finding one. You got to audit the 7 features and features. You got to audit all these question equations to indicate that a stone can be literally a drop over one hap, two haps. It could be two haps of 300 different types of haps institute problem solvers. I mean, you have problem solver with 10 CBRA. Problem solver of the currency night guts. Problem solver HBM 2. Problem solver B. Problem solver E. GXY. Also, you can have 4 different types of new columns to replace the old comps. Or the new comps, they replace the old comp with new comps. And new comps are always been reflected and always used. New comps you use one part A and one part new. So you always have a new comp every day. You always have a new surface every day between feature 1.0 to 10. Every day you always have a new feature. Every day in the future you have a high paying future. So the rogue imperative point system and how to determine the fact systems about to declare options. Options are declared by expirations. Expirations are cleared by the expirations and day and the time and time frames by the outlast it and give yourself a new foreclosure on a deal. We have all these bonds and jokes so can bend down and make money for the revenue. It's all it's doing is collecting money. They're doing nothing more than collecting money. Trying to fix anything, it's not trying to fix anything, it's just trying to collect money. All these things we're doing are just welling off the balance in some other direction. We're just welling off balance. We're not really doing anything to help. We're just weighing off balance. So structure in 0.01 has internal fluctuate, internal structure, internal gift, internal structure, internal pins, internal upper pins, egg pins, nigga pins, and upper pins. All these tables. Tables of questions, upper question, armor question, and all these different other things like tacklets, or tape ports, or microdones, or pagaround tunes, packets, pages, markers, business, page 7, 8 has hexagons, macroports, preadax, rackaports. So it has all these row-to-row ideas and all these different terminologies that have real concept. What we're going to do is take these terminologies that have real concept and put one in the word. One in word. Ato like somebody. Doctor said the Mari. Ato de Mari to said the Mari. Ato they are permit they are sebet they are the Mari. Abet sebet kebet abet sebet. Achoo achoo achoo. Ooh 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 ooh. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So now we got all those superstitions out of the way. Now we're going to do open one more cause of a cannon. Open the cannon 400 Pacific Cannon shooting iron, 4 casket, 300 kilogram kilowatts. 300 chapter in notification, new time for chapter 18B in nude. Operation of clinical nude. Indiana 1730 chamber barrel, 300 tablets and aiming fire with a laser in the top position and cannon with the 2 have half of an interglowing line with this 200 right and half bucket seat inverted tank. A bucket seat tank. We're gonna build a bucket seat tank. Build a bucket seat tank. Building a tank for, just monitoring. Tank just for monitoring. Just for monitoring. So, have you seen our future in science of art of war? The future in science and the art of war is another factor in our ability to combine our own agenda with the higher agenda of war. How far out can we say that war could have happened and war could only need to happen? Who could far out say who has said that? I think war needs to happen. But necessary, right?